Hi, I'm Officer Laura Peckham. I'm the supervisor of the Animal Control Unit at the Citrus County Sheriff's Office. Please join us this half hour for a look behind the scenes in the life of an animal control officer.
This is Casita Big Dog Rescue, and this is my pack. We rescue dogs from the local animal shelter that have been abandoned due to unfortunate circumstances. I teach them doggy etiquette and match them with the perfect owners. I'm not a dog trainer. I don't teach obedience classes. I help owners better understand their best friend. I believe every dog deserves a second chance. I'm Rafael Cabrera, and this is Casita Big Dog Rescue. Welcome to Casita Big Dog Rescue. We're here today with Animal Control Officer Terry Funderburk. We had previously done a show with him. That was more of an educational show. Today is going to be a lot different. We're going to be going out on actual calls. We'll be handling calls that he's getting over his computer, over the radio. We will have some assistance from some of the local sheriffs in Citrus County, some of the local deputies, I should say. So we're just going to be going on different calls. We're meeting him here today. Downtown Homosassa, Old Homosassa. Beautiful day in sunny Florida. Terry, thank you very much for inviting us to come along with you on a drive today. What are some of the things we're going to be looking forward to today?
Well, it's great to see you again, Rafael. Something really simple here is going to be this specific location is during the boating season. We have a lot of boaters, as you can see, that come in and out of the Homosassa River. With that activity, everybody likes to bring their dog. Generally, the parking area for the boats can be about 200 yards, which is a couple football fields up the road. And what they'll do is they'll allow their dogs to jump off the leash and they'll run back to the boats or from the boats back to their vehicles. So not to be punitive with citations, but try to get people responsible with the animals and with the activity in accordance with the law. Along with that, hopefully today we'll be able to go on a pretty in-depth mission where there's supposed to be 15 pit bulls at an unknown registered address on the east side of the county. Look forward to you guys joining us there. Rafael?
Yes, sir.
It's great to see you again. Okay. Have a great day. Continue watching. It should be a very interesting show. Remember, what do we do? Spay and neuter. That's right. Thank you very much. Somebody's called in and indicated that, again, in the month of August, somebody's taken their pet to Publix, and they left the pet in the car as they go inside to shop for groceries or what have you. Everyone thinks it's always illegal to leave your pet in the car. It's not illegal. Right. It only becomes illegal when the animal becomes in distress. Man, there's no set time frame. Every dog's going to have a little different tolerance to the heat. There's a lot of dynamics. People leave the cars running, the air conditioners break, the cars run out of gas. Yes. People are in the store, they stay longer because they see a friend in the store and then they socialize. The temperatures can raise drastically inside a vehicle within minutes. Within minutes, yes. And that's another reason the sheriff is just incisive about the air conditioning units on the patrol trucks that we have. If we get an animal in that situation, we're allowed to take it out of the environment and put it in the dog box, which can hold an ambient temperature of about 76 degrees on the hottest day in August. Which is a very comfortable temperature. Correct. Still simple. They got him on the phone. Okay, we just arrived on a scene. We're over here at one of our local grocery stores. Officer Funderburk had got a call about a dog left abandoned in the vehicle. There's a deputy on the scene, and we're just going to make sure that this animal is okay and this woman's doing everything according to the law. In this type of heat, you never want to bring your dog out and leave it unattended in the vehicle. You will have somebody to call. It is against the law. So we're going to see how far Officer Funderburk gets with this and what might transpire here. So let this be a lesson to people. You know, use your head a little bit before you decide to take your dog out and leave it unattended. You wouldn't do it to a child, and you wouldn't do it to yourself. So continue watching, okay? So, let me get my vehicle. How are you? All right. I'm Officer Funderburk of the Sheriff's Office. How are you, dear?
I'm not good.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, I haven't said a word to you. I haven't said a word about taking your dogs.
Yeah.
So I would politely ask you to slow the flow because I'm not being that way with you. But you don't have to. So let me see your paperwork for your dog.
These are all their papers.
Okay.
Their rabies.
That's fine.
Their tags.
Okay.
All of it right here.
They're all those dogs in the car?
There's only 2 dogs in the car.
Okay, we just got a ton of papers. That's why I asked. Okay, where are the little guys at? Where are they? Okay. I'm on.
Oh, in here?
Double check. Oh, they're Boston. Hey, buddy.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Which one is this one here?
This is Sadie.
Okay.
For some reason, Sam's like suspended.
What we're doing is just verifying the IDs on the dogs, so that, and that's for the citizen. All that does is reinforces that the microchip is implanted in the dog, that it's accurate, that it's registered for them, and all that. It's nothing more than a courtesy for them. Okay. According to this, these rabies certificates.
What? No, I have the new ones.
Okay, the new ones I need because these are old.
I just got them in February.
Okay, I believe you. Aside from everything else, be fair with me for just a minute. I want to show you something, okay? I'm not beating you up. Look back at the little dog.
I know, she's not. She's
Yeah.
panicked. She's in a panic.
Well, she's not panicked. She's
This car, base car is yours?
Just bear with me.
Okay.
I'm not beating you up. I'm talking to you, okay?
Cannot hear it, okay?
Okay, but
I don't need to hear it.
okay, but you're gonna hear it, so
No.
talking to you normal, okay?
It's not normal, okay? I
Okay.
just got thrown out of my home a week ago by a man.
Okay. Well, let me just follow me if you would. Look at her tongue if you would.
Good job.
I want to help teach you, okay?
You don't need to help teach me nothing.
I need to teach you something. You know why?
Because I
in
took
Citrus
her in
County,
for
it's
5
against. I'm going to tell you what it is, okay? You want to be a jerk to me? I'll be a jerk back. Here's
not
where it
being
is.
a
You are
jerk
being
to
a
you.
jerk.
Evidently, these young ladies are having an issue. Neither one of them has a driver's license, and deputies had to be called in, and things could turn up bad. They are a little indignant. They're getting a little bit of irate, foul language. People get mad. That's a defense mechanism. It's like a dog barking or trying to bite you. So behavior is behavior, good or bad. It's the same in nature.
I've been nothing but courteous and nice to you since I got here.
And I haven't too.
You have
I'm
not.
going to be told.
You have not. I'm trying to educate you. Be willing to learn something, okay?
I've learned everything.
I've done a lot of school. There's a lot of education.
Yeah,
I do this every single
They're trying
day.
to get me out of seizures too.
So what is wrong with that dog right now then, since you know everything?
She's overheated and she's overexcited.
And how do you know that? What is she
She's
presenting?
panting.
Panting is not enough.
She's panting, her tongue's hanging out.
No, her
okay?
tongue. I'll educate you beyond the education that you have. The end of her tongue, when it slays out like a spoon, the tongue is innocently trying to draw cool air in. So does that not indicate something to you that she's?
Yeah, she's hot.
So what?
I've been sitting here in the van without the doors open because they like to get out and visit people.
Okay.
They're very friendly dogs.
That's not the point. The dogs are hot, you know, but they're not
In distress.
They're not in distress. They are the two individuals who own the dog. She indicates she's homeless. I can't enforce. I mean, you can live in your car with your dog. She's got a bowl of water.
Animal Control works in conjunction with the Sheriff's Department. They are all under the same heading right now in Citrus County, and they do support the Animal Control officers 100%, and we're grateful to them for situations like this. This could turn out to be very bad. So, again, they provide a valuable job, you know, very much needed in Citrus County. People take these officers for granted, and it's a shame because they do a valuable job. So again, every time I see you, I say the same thing. Don't run from them, run to them. Keep watching Casita Big Dog Rescue. It should be a very interesting show. You're going to enjoy it very much. Thank you for watching.
Hey, bud. Hey, I know.
I'm ready to come through.
He's got a tag on it.
This is Rafael Cabrera with Casita Big Dog Rescue, and this is my rescued American Bulldog, Big Lug. Thanks to our sponsor, ValuePetSupplies.com, Lug and I are able to save dogs at our shelter. Every purchase you make at ValuePetSupplies.com helps in saving these beautiful dogs from being destroyed. Follow us on Casita Big Dog Rescue YouTube channel. Buy from our sponsor, ValuePetSupplies.com, and you could be part of saving these majestic animals. Save a life, adopt a rescued pet. Right, Big Lug? Do you have an active dog? Is he a little bit hyper? You want to find something for him to do? Floppy ear Kong rubbers. They're great. We use them here at Casita Big Dog Rescue. They drain all that bad energy that your dog has. It's a wonderful toy. The floppy ears keep them entertained. It has a squeaky sound to it. That keeps their attention. Remember,
floppy-eared Kong wubbers. Drain that bad energy. This is the way to go. All right, we're on another call, another supposedly abandoned dog call. You can see the property is all overgrown. It's in a little bit of shoddy condition. Two dogs in the window barking. One seems to be a shepherd mix. The other one looks like a Carolina dog. It's probably a shepherd mix also. Just because they're barking, they're just doing their job as protecting. That doesn't mean they're aggressive, but this is their home, and the chances of us just going in there probably would get bit. So it's up to Animal Control Officer Funderburk now to determine whether or not these dogs have been left here unattended or not. So far, it doesn't seem like there's anyone at the residence.
One of the primary things that you'll do whenever you come to a residence that there's an indication the animals have been abandoned is the first thing is to make sure the well-being of the animals. Of course, these guys are rambunctious, they're barking, as Ralph had said. They appear to be at this point healthy. What I'll check for things for living conditions will be utilities. If there's utilities on at the residence, I'll look at the mailbox to see if there's been any activity at the mailbox. I'll try and look through all the windows of the residence if it's safe and there's no one in the home to see if there's water. If there's not water, then we'll make some provisions to try and open a door or a window to get them water. If all those avenues fail, what'll have to happen is we'll post the property for 2 or 3 days, make sure they have some nutrition, and get a warrant to seize the dogs. Hey, bud. Hey, I know it. You want? Look at that. They fight each other. They fight each other. Hey, stop that. Yeah. So, I'll check until he's
Ready to come through?
Yeah, he's got a tag on it. Yeah, what a ding dong. So there's still stuff in the residence. I'm gonna walk the perimeter of the property and do some other things. I'm agitating the dogs too much. I'm concerned about them coming through the plate glass window now. I'm not convinced that the animals have been abandoned. I just need to try and do some things to support the fact that they haven't, and we'll be back in a second. So it's an easy check. The utility's running. This is the central air conditioner unit is on. Tells me that the resident is to some degree current with a utility bill, and along with that, the animals have air conditioning environment in the residence, so somebody's making an effort. I don't know if there's been a family emergency. Someone's been injured and possibly not made it back to the residence. What we'll do is try and do a property appraiser's search and see if we can't find out who's staying here and find out.
That's not good. The door will open. It's a Belgian. And they're probably siblings, you know.
And they're doing their job.
Yeah, and they're not in bad shape.
No.
They're,
Okay to you guys, huh?
Oh yeah, they look good. Yep, they sure do.
oh yeah, they got a big self-feeder. It doesn't
Self-feeder.
seem like to have any. Oh, there's food on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, there's water in the bowl.
Yeah.
See the rim of it right there?
Yes, and they definitely have been left for a while because they have defecated in there. If you look right to the left there.
Yep.
So that indicates to me that they haven't been out in a couple of days. If these dogs are housebroken, that was their only choice. So they could very well be that the people might have just up and abandoned and left them. It happens all the time.
Well, that or they're moving
Or they could be moving and they could be transporting stuff right now. They could have gotten sick and wound up in the hospital. They could have been incarcerated.
Yeah.
There's numerous, things that could be.
it appears they're boxing up clothing and things here, so.
They've got food and water, but we're worried. We don't know where Tim is. But we don't know if he had an accident or something because he's never really gone this long. And we want to make sure that his dogs are taken care of. And I'm disabled, so I can barely get across the street.
Right. I'll post the property. If in a couple days I'll post again tomorrow.
Okay.
If Monday you haven't seen anything and the postings are still there, call again.
Okay.
Call back in and say, hey, you know, the officer says nobody responded. He hadn't been home. The postings are still there. He asked for me to call back in and have somebody check it.
That's a great idea.
And we'll take it the next step.
What Terry's doing right now is putting postings, it's called posting. He's putting postings on front and back door. Again, we spoke to the neighbor across the street. He's a diver. He cleans boats, barnacles, and things like that for the boat. So he could have had a diving accident. Who knows? Hopefully the gentleman's okay. He's just maybe been detained by a longer job. But by Terry posting that, when he does come home, he'll know that they were here. He'll get in touch with animal control, and they'll take it from there. But the dogs do have food in the house. They have water in the house. AC is on. And they seem to be in very, very good health. And they're doing their job. They're protecting their home, you know, so things are okay. This is a scenario in which it's not the ideal situation for these dogs or for the owner. If you do find yourself where you have a job where you're called away for days at a time, this is not the best scenario for these dogs to be left here with food on the ground and a bunch of water. They have no means of getting out, so they're defecating, they're urinating in the house. It's a health issue. It's not healthy for the dogs, and I'm sure it's very stressful for the owner when they do come back home to have to come back to this. And it does concern the neighbors too. People do get worried and they don't know what to do in a situation like that. So panic could ensue. So again, if you do have a job that entails you being away, think twice about owning a dog. A cat might be more the thing you want to go for. They're pretty self-sufficient. Some food, some water, you got your litter box, things can work out. And a goldfish would really be ideal. So before you go and adopt a pet from any breeder, from any shelter, from any rescue, think about what your priorities are first, because it will affect the outcome of the lives of animals like this. And it's a shame that they do have to be left in situation. So be responsible. Think before you act. Thank you.
To me, this is deplorable conditions. This is what we fight against. This is Rafael Cabrera with Casita Big Dog Rescue, and this is my rescued American Bulldog, Big Lug. Thanks to our sponsor, ValuePetSupplies.com, Lug and I are able to save dogs at our shelter. Every purchase you make at ValuePetSupplies.com helps in saving these beautiful dogs from being destroyed. Follow us on Casita Big Dog Rescue YouTube channel. Buy from our sponsor, ValuePetSupplies.com, and you could be part of saving these majestic animals. Save a life, adopt a rescued pet. Right, Big Lug? Smoked, thick, curly 6-inch valuable bully sticks. Healthy natural dog chew treats made of free-range beef, chemical-free, healthy, safe, great for teeth and gums.
These are one of the products that we do use here at Casita Big Dog Rescue. We find them invaluable. We put them in the dog's crates, keeps them occupied, keeps them quiet. 6-inch thick, curly, valuable bully sticks.
We're headed to the east side of the county to an unknown address in Inverness. There's a Crime Stoppers tip that came in that's anonymous, 100% anonymous. With that Crime Stoppers tip, if the tip ends up in citable offenses against the individual whom may own the animals, then the tipster is a candidate for some type of reward, and then all that's adjudicated by the Crime Stoppers board. The individual's residence that we're supposed to be going to has an extensive offensive history, felonies with assaults on law enforcement officers, theft, drugs, burglary, and he served some time. There's some indication that his personality is independent, that he is not going to be willing to allow us to do this investigation, and it's a well-being check on the animals is essentially what it is. They're supposed to be 15-bit pit bulls, and we really don't have anything additional other than that. And with that, you'll check license and registration, shelter, tether issues, the condition of the dogs. And in a lot of cases, the guy's made some bad choices, and he's paid for some of those, and he still might be a little bit of a knucklehead. That usually works well for me and Officer Hall. Officer Hall is going to be meeting us there to help us work the call. But usually it goes well for us, so we'll tip our hat to that. Hopefully that's going to go the same today. It could be an isolated incident where the show of force sometimes will make people angry, and that may set him off into a, to be a knucklehead. But we'll cross our fingers and try and do our mojo. Hey dude, how's it going? How's it going? All right, good.
There's no law.
You good, man? How you doing?
We're not involved. I'm just here for their security. We do this on a daily basis.
Yeah, man.
They just need to check the dog's well-being, make sure they're fed.
It ain't no sweat, dude. All right.
Fight my dog.
That's all right. We'll just make sure everything's cool.
To me, this is deplorable conditions. This is what we fight against. Not good at all. I'm not happy with this, but unfortunately, it's up to the animal control officers to decide what the fate of these dogs are going to be, and of course the deputy and everything. The gentleman's been very cooperative. We're glad about that.
He's being very cooperative. He's nice to me, so. There's obvious violations with the tethering. Officer Hall is now trying to tell him lightly how to fix that or repair that.
Right now, the living conditions, as you can see, is just deplorable. Having a dog tied up like this all the time is not really conducive to the well-being, the mental well-being or physical well-being. This dog's got some kind of an eye problem. This one's got some kind of a skin condition going on. It's not adequate housing. The housing should be so many inches off the ground. It's not. It's susceptible to all kinds of weather, all kinds of animals, snakes. It's not the best. It's the best environment. This brings tears to my eyes. It really does. People say things like, "Oh, I'm doing the best that I can do." It's not the best that they can do. Believe me. I've seen a lot better conditions than this.
We can come in here because of all the problems and write a whole bunch of citations and cause a whole bunch of torment for the neighborhood and leave. Then the neighborhood pays that price. So that's not in our best interest. We don't want to do that. It's not in the interest of the animal either. So we're going to try and work with them and see how it goes. Bear with us for a few minutes. And they got to have a dog house, and it's specific. 3 sides, the top and the bottom, 4 inches. That's perfect. Yes, the igloo does work. Yeah. But it's got to have 3 sides, a top and bottom. And I don't care if you build it out of whatever you build it out of. It's just got to have 3 sides, a top and a bottom. The reason why it's got to be 4 inches off the ground because of the water table. Right. When it pours, the water stands. So, and I know half of them won't get out of the rain, but you got to have it. Part of the resolve is we're going to, tomorrow evening, he'll have tethers squared away for us. We'll come back and re-inspect that. He's very compliant, wants to be. I'll take advantage of every bit that I can, and I will give that back. By giving that back, meaning I could write him a ton of citations right now. I'm not going to achieve anything by doing that. I'm achieving a lot more by getting the right thing done by the dog. Then I'll work on 1 or 2 of them needing to be seen by a vet for some things. The one is, he's indicated one that's already under some vet care. I don't know if that's old vet care or current vet care. And I'll just cross that bridge once he does things for me. And again, it's just baby steps. Some people, because of his position, meaning his background legally, his pretty rough. I'll take any small positive stuff he gives me and work with him. So.
Well, this is how we're going to conclude our show. We want to thank Animal Control Officer Terry Funderburk for all his assistance today, for all he does. As you can see, he doesn't have an easy job. Those are just some of the milder cases that these guys do run across on a daily basis. He was very generous today. He could have written a few citations today, but he chose, in fact, the money that they would use to pay these citations, that's going to go back into helping these animals. And I think that's a much more feasible and worthy cause right there. You know, it's up to his discretion, and at that time, I'm going to be honest with you, if it was me, I probably would have handled it different because my passion sometimes I get carried away with it. Terry's learned to control that. He is as passionate as I am, if not more passionate than I am. And he's done some wonderful things, and he's made a big difference. I can't thank you enough. I really do appreciate it. See how much territory these guys cover. We want to thank Sheriff Dorsey. We want to thank Lieutenant Supervisor Laura Peckham for allowing this to happen today. And we want to thank all the deputies. This is dedicated to all the deputies that have passed in the past years. Thank you for all your hard work and diligence. Thank you for the animal control officers. As you can see, it's not an easy job, okay? Remember, treat each other good, and what do?
Spay and neuter.